We think it is happening. It's happened obviously about a year ago, and it's happening again. September was a big push for small cap stocks. We think there's significant momentum currently for further tax reform.
The market looks like it's been rallying based on the synchronized global growth story anyway, and some market participants would say only a little bit of the tax reform is currently baked in, which means there could be potential for more if you do actually finally have confirmation that something can get through Washington and not just gridlock like we've seen with the healthcare reform. Do you think that there is a percentage upside that is worth following for some investors despite the market index levels?
We think you have a good 5% upside in small cap stocks.
Why small caps? Because some of the market have seen a rotation already to small caps and would say, well, how much more is left in that small cap market as well?
Well, small cap stocks pay a higher marginal tax rate than large cap stocks, so they would benefit by a reduction of 25 to 20% marginal tax rate.
But you make the point in your notes here that they're no longer cheap relative to large cap. I mean, just walk us through that and unpack it for us.
Small cap had a terrific run last year, so small cap value was up 30%. So we think they're roughly in line today. You do have the benefit of small cap value has lagged roughly 17% versus large cap growth. The FANGs are up close to 40%. So there is an opportunity today that's roughly neutral versus where large cap has run.
Well, what do you think the greatest risk is to buyers of stocks at this point? The failure of Trump to get the policy enacted before year end, or market-related factors to do with valuations and corporate profitability?
I think it's balanced. I think the president's right. I think following the challenges with healthcare, I think tax reform is actually going to be a bit easier. I think there's more bipartisan effort there. I think that the biggest risk would be, for example, surprise on the inflation side or higher wages, which would push the Fed to tighten a bit further.
But wage inflation is clearly struggling to accelerate in Western economies at the moment, not least in the United States, the last jobs number notwithstanding. I mean, is there any reason to believe that it will accelerate or pick up at any point soon?
It's been disappointing, and but those are the things we concern ourselves with, the surprises that you're not expecting, so wages would be one of them, clearly. Everything else is very strong. You've got ISM at 60.8. You've got home loans with 3 handles. Yeah. Back in my day, we were buying mortgages were 4% a quarter. So the economy is very healthy, but the Fed is focused on wages and obviously core inflation.